right, let's get it. Here we go.
If your business kept on employees through the pandemic, Innovation Refunds conceived and may qualify for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee, even if it received PPP. And all it takes is 8 minutes to get started. Then we'll work with...
That's
What's going on, Mosey Nation? You are here with Alex Hormozi, YouTube's richest YouTuber, or richest YouTuber to be. I'm kidding. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Alex Hormozi. Go to acquisition.com. We do about $85 million a year. I got a question the other day that was 5 things that millionaires think about that poor people don't. And I wanted to change that to billionaires. And that is because a lot of millionaires have terrible beliefs. And I tend to agree with Grant Cardone on this one, which is don't listen to millionaires, listen to billionaires. So you can choose to listen to me or not. I hope that we will be billionaires in the next 10 to 15 years. But we still have lots of work to go, and hopefully the world doesn't melt down between now and then. All right, so these are the 5 things that billionaires think about that millionaires do not think about. Number 1 is the size of the opportunity. A lot of times millionaires will pursue what most billionaires would consider small fries or small chips, table stakes, things that are just not that interesting because there's just not a huge amount of growth potential. Now, when you're getting started, it's not stupid to niche down. Many of the biggest businesses in the world started with a niche, but they had the ability or possibility to build something that was going to be truly enormous. And so the total addressable market or the potential scale
25
of a business itself is something that a billionaire will think about that a millionaire will not. The second thing that millionaires do not think about or mistakenly prioritize is they prioritize promotion over product. The biggest question that a billionaire will ask about a company is
30.
will people continue to buy this product over and over and over again? And stated differently, is this something that people will never stop buying? If people will never stop buying this thing, then it will be inevitable that we will make money, right? That is how they're thinking. Most millionaires, on the other hand, just learn promotion, and because that is how they made their first money, because they didn't make any money, and then they start learning how to promote, they make some money, they assume that I should just do more promotion. And with the exception of very big mass market brands that are direct to consumer and have big ticket items, for example, solar would be one where promotion's going to matter a lot because you really are to only sell someone one time on that for 30 years, so promotion's going to matter more than.
Now, I do want to add, and I don't know why I'm going about it this way here, but I do want to add, I literally just got out of work. So, I don't know. I figure I might as well just push through the pain. All right. I think we were at 40.
Situation.
I think.
But most businesses have a recurring nature of some sort.
Hopefully,
right?
hopefully one of you guys actually take the time to count them out and
people do not stop purchasing it so that
that'd be funny.
But our marketing and our business model
anyways,
overall,
let's just say 40.
that billionaires will think about and not millionaires. The third thing that millionaires will mistake here is they will make the mistake of thinking I can do this myself. Or I'll
actually lies. That was 45.
To run
this is another 5, so this is 50. Yeah, you see, that's why I need someone to go through it and make sure I'm actually doing 100 push-ups.
So the second
50
criteria that I heard Steven Schwartzman, who's the the founder of Blackstone, he's worth about $30 billion, talk about, was that first he looks at the size of the opportunity, and the second thing he looks at is, drum roll,
yeah, it's tough right now.
10 out of 10s who want to pursue this opportunity. And so here's the interesting thing. Big talent only chases big opportunity. And the reason, and he says this quote, and it hit me really hard. He said, we didn't say this exactly, but I'm paraphrasing. He said, it's harder to start a small business than it is to start Blackstone. Because big talent doesn't want to go pursue a small business opportunity. Think about that for a second. That one totally shook me to my core, right? Is that the reason we have to have these big goals is not just for ourselves to get through the muck of wanting more and going and suffering through the trials and tribulations that come with entrepreneurship, but also so that everyone around us can stomach it because they believe in where we are going and it is something that is true and it's a vision that is compelling and the opportunity and also the compensation that they can make, right? If you're running a dry cleaning store, it's very difficult to attract 10 out of 10 talent there. And I define 10 out of 10 talent as people who are the best in the world at the thing, right? 9 out of 10 talent
60
is the best people in the world that I can attract given my company, right? And 8 is somebody who is very, very good at the thing and takes initiative and can yield outsized returns. A 7 is someone who is functional but has to take direction to execute, right? And a 6 and below, you don't want them in your business anyways, right? And the vast majority of businesses are run by 6s and below. So if you're really looking at your team, most of the team is probably not best in the world or best in the world that you can get. right? Of course not. And that's probably because the size of the opportunity that you're chasing is not that good. Number 4 is time horizons. Most millionaires and people who don't make a lot of money think in very short time increments. They think in this week and this month. They're thinking, can I make payroll? Can I make rent? And I understand that. But the reason that the people gain outsized returns who are wealthier is because they see time as an asset rather than a liability. They see time working for them rather than against them. They see the opportunity compounding in and of itself because they have time on their side. And so the smart person, the billionaire, will look at the opportunity and say, does time help me or hinder me in this opportunity?
That's
I
80.
have this little quote that I like a lot. I prefer to play games where if you wait, you win. I'll say it again. I prefer to play games where if you wait, you win. Where success is an inevitable consequence of time. You may not know when,
85.
but you do know whether you will get there. I would rather get rich for sure and get rich slowly than never get rich at all, always hoping that I'll make it in the next 90 days, which is what the vast majority of millionaires think. They're only thinking about their next promotion. They're only thinking about their next campaign. They're only thinking about the next thing they're going to do, rather than thinking big picture. If I do this for the next 10 years, what is going to position me for where I want to be and ultimately opportunity that I
90.
want to pursue? And 5, the last thing that billionaires will prioritize over millionaires is brand. And this is something that I didn't understand really early on. I thought brand was a waste of money. I thought branding was stupid. But a different way of saying brand is reputation, right? And I heard a man that I do business with frequently say this, and I really like this a lot. He said, you only get one name. You only get one. And it really struck me because I just thought that was such a consolidated way of communicating the point. We only get one name. And the thing is that your brand compounds with time. The more decisions you make that are integrous, that are aligned, that are not short-term in thinking, that are not sacrificing your integrity to get the short dollar, which is candidly what most people do. Most people do that, right? And that's why most people have a so-so or poor brand, right? They're like, yeah, he's pretty good, but he kind of does some stuff every once in a while that's a little shaky, right? But if you have an impeccable brand, the other types of people that you will attract will be people who have impeccable brands. And I can tell you this, is that the area on the top of the mountain is very, very sparsely populated. There are not a lot of people at the top, they all know each other. It's crazy, and you know why? It's because they seek out people who see the world the same way they see the world. And it's an exception to the rule rather than the vast majority. And so if you want to have game recognized game, if you want those people to sit across the table and look at you as an equal, then it starts with the character of the person. And if the character is right, the billionaire will bet on the character of the individual, knowing that they will get to where they're trying to go eventually in enough time, because it is an inevitability provided the values continue. And so when you're making the business decisions, taking the long route that takes longer but will most certainly compound and make you wealthier in the long run is what billionaires will do rather than millionaires, all right? And so I wanted to make this about billionaires rather than millionaires because candidly, if you just know how to run some ads, you can be a millionaire, right? You learn how to promote